of course, we watched WandaVision, and that just wrapped up the 8 or 9 episode miniseries on Disney Plus, obviously, with Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany reprising their roles as Scarlet Witch and Vision in the show. Quick reviews. Again, Bradley Cooper spoilers because we watched the show's over now, so we're definitely gonna say what we thought about it. But I loved it, man. I thought it was like a really unique take on like the MCU comic book movie kind of idea, and just did its really own weird kind of like David Lynch-esque, like the first couple episodes. You know what I mean? Where like it looks like a sitcom, but there's obviously something eerie going on. I would say though, but by the end, it kind of lost that, and it just kind of turned into like the last episode was just straight up. And I'm not complaining; it was good, but it was just straight up back to like basics. It was like, oh, now we're just watching an MCU.
Interesting.
Movie.
I'm happy that you kind of said that because I felt the same way. That I kind of loved the series. I felt that for me, the season finale was probably like my least favorite episode of the season. But in some ways, but all in all, yeah, you're right. I feel like the presentation of the show and kind of what they tried to do creatively was the lead story with that for being, especially being like their first MCU series. And as we're going to talk about again with another MCU series coming out and just on Disney Plus and with these, big movie franchises, now TV series are going to become like a very viable option for them with streaming, with Disney Plus being like their go-to streaming service. We've already seen a hit show from the Star Wars movie franchise. So like MCU is going to figure out a way to get some hit TV series added to the rotation in addition to movies. And WandaVision was a great, like you said, very unique presentation and just a original way to handle turning your movie franchise into a TV franchise. Where do they go from here for WandaVision? I guess would be like a season 2 of WandaVision. You know what I mean? I feel like you said.
I think that's it. I think I personally think it's a one and done because it's going to lead into like she's going to have a big role in the Doctor Strange movies.
Yes. This storyline will definitely come up in a major way in the MCU franchise in general, but like I don't know if a second season would lend itself well for WandaVision with just the whole.
They also kind of did something too where it seemed like they were like trolling the super fans, where they were dropping little Easter eggs here and there. Like there was kind of like a Fantastic Four Easter egg. There was almost guaranteed, like almost everybody thought Benedict Cumberbatch was going to be in it as Doctor Strange, like the last episode.
For sure. I thought there was going to be somebody coming in, but sorry.
And they really felt like, and then Paul Bettany said too, the guy who plays Vision, he said that in the last episode, he gets to work with an actor that he's always wanted to work with, which was just an intentional troll because the actor was himself. He was just talking about the double Vision scenes.
Okay, wow.
And I was like, oh, what a troll. Dude,
nicely played,
like,
Paul
Bettany. The guy
Bettany.
came on Twitter and like, even said, he's like, gotcha. It's like, oh, dude, what a dick.
Yeah. What a geeked up move, like, proclaiming the person you'd most want to work with yourself.
Hugely, dude. Huge. Major troll move from Paul Bettany.
Yeah,
and there was just other things, like including the Quicksilver from the Fox X-Men movies to then come in the MCU to play that role. Everyone had big predictions. It was like, oh, this is going to bring the X-Men into like the Marvel universe. But nope, it was just a...
not a lot of other crossover stuff going on, which I figured for their first TV series there would definitely be a couple of nods to the franchise in general, which like we saw kind of right off the bat, Falcon and Winter Soldier does kind of bring you right back to like that whole Avengers world that WandaVision didn't exactly bring you in. But all in all, I felt like kind of for me the biggest story with WandaVision was kind of being like the first out the gates MCU series on Disney Plus, and then coming with like a real original TV series presentation, at least like you said, a one-off miniseries presentation, and then kind of leading us right into Falcon Winter Soldier, which kind of right off the bat went back to like basics, bigger than life, traditional MCU movie kind of feel. But what did you feel about the season premiere, episode 1 of Falcon Winter Soldier?
Well, like you said, too, Falcon Winter Soldier, very first episode, we got the Don Cheadle cameo right off the bat. So there's already another Avenger in the goddamn show, all right?
Yeah, for sure.
Cheadle Man coming in hot. Here's what I would say about Winter Soldier, Falcon Winter Soldier, is so far to me, it's no WandaVision. It opened up with a fucking badass action scene, like the scene where he's like flying around, like fighting the helicopters and everything.
Yeah.
Dope as hell, dude. Everything else, the other 40 minutes of it, like 30 minutes left of it, was just them moping around. I was like, dude, I don't want to watch the depressed Avengers show, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
so,
that's
like,
kind of the difference between a TV franchise and a TV series and a movie franchise, though. This is going to be like, in essence, and I guess this is what, a 6-part series?
6 episodes.
Okay, 6-episode series. So, but you got to figure roughly 5 hours. The first episode was what, 40 to 50 minutes. So,
exactly.
You know what I mean? We're talking 4 or 5
hours.
hours of content. So it's going to have a more slow TV series kind of feel. And I actually really did like the first season, especially the first episode, rather, especially kind of like I said, where I felt that it's going to be what the MCU TV world is more similar to than WandaVision. WandaVision was like a cool, unique, one-off thing. I don't think you can really repeat how cool it was that they, reenacted sitcom eras, in WandaVision. But Falcon seemed like it's going to be it's a good sample of what the MCU TV franchise is going to look like. Couple of bigger-than-life action scenes mixed in with more traditional TV series storylines, and I actually really enjoyed it from that standpoint. You know what I mean? So
no, I liked it. I'm not saying I didn't like it, but I was just saying that's like, come on.
It was just nothing. Nothing as original as WandaVision. Nothing like.
Yeah, like what did Falcon do post Avengers Endgame, like the most epic Marvel movie of all time? No, he's trying to go the Forrest Gump route and get his like a shrimp boat.
What was that? A strange call.
Going on.
Yeah, big news flash for me. It's like, hold on, Avengers don't get paid for this? It's just like they all have day jobs. This was never covered in a fucking. I never saw the Hulk like at the lumber yard in fucking August earning his fucking. Like fucking. I guess shout out. I guess we did see Angry Scientist guys. So I guess they've covered the Hulk's day job. I should say. Bad example. But you know what I mean. Like,
no, 100%. Look at the lumberyard. This is amazing.
Yeah.
One more little tidbit of info, though. At the very end of the episode, they introduced the new Captain America. That dweeb in the new Captain America suit. Do you know who that was?
I was trying to put my finger on exactly who it was. Was it the son-in-law detective from The Wire? That's the only guy that I could think, like the cop that was like the police chief's son or whatever. That's like the only, either that or armless, legless guy, like the torso.
That kind of looks accurate. You know who it is though? His name's Wyatt Russell. He's Kurt Russell's son.
Oh, nice! Kurt Russell's son. Back to our Kurt Russell 6 degrees of separation or whatever. Didn't we already watch Wyatt Russell in something? He was in one of the Sandler movies, wasn't he? I think I've already had this, like, I think he might have been in one of the comedies that we watched or something, because I think I already had, like, a Wyatt Russell fucking
I think you're right. I'm trying to think of what we watched, but he might have been.
Yeah. But I think he was in one of the Halloween. Was he in Hubie Halloween? I think he might have been in Hubie Halloween.
Maybe.
But I guess we'll get back to you.
Techno dancing in XOXO.
Yeah, we'll get back to you on that. But okay, that's a good call. That's a good spot though. But that seemed like a storyline that I like. A good heel government fucking implemented Captain America. And Falcon didn't see this coming. Like they didn't have anything. Like it was literally a glass case protecting the shield, and you didn't think anything was gonna fucking happen. Like, can you sign off in writing that it was
put a museum? Second of all, dude, if you're that hard up for money, dude, fucking sell the thing on eBay, dude. You know how much people would pay for a genuine 100% real Captain America shield?
Yeah, for real. Definitely fix up the old fishing boat with fucking just selling Captain America shield. But yeah, no. So that was but I think that's going to be a fun storyline to come.
Yeah.
You know.
And then plus, is it going to be like Sopranos? Is every week we're going to see Winter Soldier in his therapy session?
Yeah, good call. The Dr. Melfi scene with with Winter Soldier's fucking shrink.
I love you. So there's only 2 Marvel shows that come out, but we might have spoken about this before, but just some of the other Marvel shows that will be coming out in the near future. Of course, Loki is getting his own show. It's going to be like a time-traveling show with Owen Wilson.
Okay.
There's the...
Interesting. I didn't know Owen Wilson was with that one, but...
Yeah. Owen Wilson's in Loki.
Okay, interesting.
What if the animated series where it just takes different ideas from like the Marvel movies and like what if this happened instead of what you saw in the
interesting
movies?
like fan
Exactly.
lore, fan dedicated content right there.
And dude, also that was like one of my favorite comics growing up too, because it was a comic series also.
Okay, interesting.
So there would be like a crazy thing like the Infinity Wars, you know what I mean? Kind of like the movies, but then there'd be the comic to be like, what if Thanos won at the end? They would kind of show you like all like the repercussions.
Yeah, that's a real cool idea.
They were always dope, dude, because you'd always just get to watch like all the heroes get killed. Like, oh, there they go.
Yeah. They could totally break the real storylines.
Yeah, exactly. There's the Hawkeye TV series coming out. There's the She-Hulk series coming out.
Those are two good candidates for TV shows as opposed to movies. And I got a feeling they're not going to get the Don Cheadle treatment coming into cameoing in episode 1 of
She-Hulk. Mark Ruffalo already said he's gonna be in. Like Mark Ruffalo
nice.
confirmed he's in it, so it's gonna be Hulk trading She-Hulk. There's the Miss Marvel TV series about Kamala Khan, the girl from New Jersey, like the 15-year-old hero, and then Iron Wars, which is supposed to be some kind of like Iron Man-esque TV series.
Interesting.
So that's just the
now, what's like the rough time frame for all? Is this coming out by like 2025 in the plans, or are these all coming out within the next year?
She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Iron Wars hasn't even started filming yet. What If is pretty much, I think, ready to go. Like all the animation's done. Loki, I think, is pretty much done filming. Loki comes out this summer.
Okay, how about just in terms of like the general universe as a whole, though? Because this is what, like, since obviously Endgame, there's been what the Spider-Man. And then everything else has been put on hold. They haven't even released. Is Captain Marvel now going to be
in trailers for 2 years now?
Yes, exactly that. And they haven't released anything else. And then is Captain Marvel going to be the next release, or what's the? What is the?
What, from movie wise?
Yeah, just in general from the from the franchise.
Black Widow is coming out this July now, so we're getting that movie finally.
Okay, so
it's going to come out in theaters.
But still, that's 3 months away.
Disney Plus.
Okay, so theaters and Disney
But they're going to be doing the $30 pay to watch it deal.
Okay, interesting. So not free with your Disney Plus subscription. And then are there any other movies? Are there any other movie release dates planned? Like
Doctor Strange, Into the Madness of the Multiverse will be coming out. And that was directed by Sam Raimi,
and that one should be coming out in 2021 as well. I think that I think that one actually might be like Thanksgiving or Christmas 2021.
Yeah,
but...
I think so too.
Okay, so we got some other Avengers content, MCU content coming out over 2021 as well.
Of course, there's the Spider-Man movie that they're filming also right now that everyone claims that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield
the crazy Spider-Verse, but that won't be out for at least 2022 or a couple of years. How about
Probably
Captain Marvel?
Is that Captain Marvel will probably be next summer also.
Next summer as well? Okay, I see. I thought Captain Marvel was coming up more, within the next more. I thought Captain Marvel was coming up.
No, I don't think they've really started filming that yet.
Okay, I see. But so plenty of MCU stuff to come, but I guess in the DC universe, a big release that I am still in my contractual holdout with HBO Max, and I guess now because they've come to deals with Roku, it's just me not signing up for it. But I still yet to have HBO Max, and from what I'm hearing online, the Snyder Cut isn't exactly worth signing up for the service for. So, what were you got to watch the Snyder Cut?
Depends if you ask. I mean, if you look at its Rotten Tomatoes review, I'm pretty sure like it's way better than the Whedon cut. You know what I mean? I think it's like super fresh.
Okay, wow.
But I liked it. It didn't need to be 4 hours long. No, nothing needs to be 4 hours long.
Yeah, for sure. No one movie, like a TV. And at first, again, this was supposed to be maybe a 2-part or a 4-part broken up in a 4-part miniseries.
He breaks it into chapters, and I watched it the way he said to watch it on like Twitter. I said, you watch parts 1 and 2, take a break. Watch parts 3 and 4, take a break, and then watch 5, 6, and 7 all. Take it on home.
So then you should have just released this as like a 3-part series or whatever, if that's how you wanted to do it.
Yeah, exactly. They could have.
Yeah,
they easily could have.
And they were going to. this was such a weird release. There were so many changes and direction that they went with. It is seemingly pretty right up until release date as well. Things were changing. So
well, and like we said too, it's one of those things that we never actually thought we were going to see. And just to say, the big question was like, how much different is it going to be than the movie that actually did come out in theaters, the one that Joss Whedon directed? Dude, it's insane. 2 totally different movies. I'll give it that. It was like watching a totally different film. And you can see why Ray Fisher was bitching so much at him. They cut out. He was like the main character in the Snyder cut, and then in the Joss Whedon cut, he's just like a side character.
Okay, interesting. No wonder why he was. No wonder why he had to gripe about the toxic work environment of.
And if you watch a Zack Snyder movie, it has the normal tropes. I think there was like 3 separate like long music scenes where Flash. When you first meet Flash, he like saves a girl from a car, and they literally play like a whole Bob Dylan song while this like just going in slow mo. I was like, dude, I get that you have final cut of this movie, but like this is an ease. This movie doesn't need to be 4 hours. You psychopath.
Yeah. If you're looking to trim 4 minutes from a movie that's fucking 4 hours
and there's
long,
like 3 of those. Like these Norwegian women break out in a song the first time you see Aquaman. No joke. They like have like a whole like harmonized like Aquaman.
We've talked about it before. I hate how DC uses like the real commercial music. In terms of their production, I hate the way that they go about doing that. But so that sounds believable.
But there was, a lot of. It just kind of sucks that you got to view because the whole movie is 6 parts, and the 7th part is like the epilogue, which was basically just a glimpse of like Justice League 2. But that's also when we got to see the return of Jared Leto's Joker. Dude, much better than Suicide Squad Joker.
Okay,
they actually like put white paint on his face and like give him like the
he's wearing makeup now. He's
he's not just tattooed.
He's not just
like,
goth punk.
Yeah, exactly. He's not like Thomas Middleditch.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that later, but
yeah, all in all, I liked it. Darkseid was the main villain in this one, which was like he should have been, but kind of. He's like working in the shadows. The action scenes were much better. Like some badass action scenes. There's definitely more character built. Like this movie makes a lot more sense of like why things are happening. Of course, you get the black suit Superman, which was what it was.
Yeah.
And then, but all in all, it was good. Did it need to be 4 hours? No, but it was much better than the original version. And
I wonder, like how long or how close Snyder could have released, how close Snyder could have come to releasing the actual movie that he initially wanted to. You know what I mean? Because his original movie wouldn't have been 4 hours.
Correct.
So
he would have had to cut a lot, but
he would have been able to film all of the end of his own movie as well, so it would have made a lot more sense. Like he couldn't necessarily, make the movie he wanted to because he didn't get to film the end that he wanted to, so he had to kind of piecemeal it together. So we're getting to see his whole, interpretation of it all, but not in not in the real Snyder fashion that you would have liked to see.
Because he thought he was going to do a trilogy of movies too, and like it definitely sets up like what the trilogies were going to be. It also sets up what the Batman movie was going to be with Ben Affleck. The Ben Affleck to Batman movie before it turned into the Robert Pattinson film. There's like definitely a setup for that. It sets up all these things like the Snyderverse.
It sounds like you're saying you feel pretty good about it, better than the Whedon version anyway. So that's a plus,
Yeah.
And again, 4 hours, if it's too long, being too long isn't necessarily the worst problem, especially in today's day and age, like I always say with some of our podcasts anyway, but you can always press pause and pick it up later, folks, all right? You don't need to fucking sit there for 4 hours in a row if you don't want to, you know what I mean? So
its release was perfectly timed, though, too. The day after St. Patrick's Day, of course I'm going to sit around all hungover, watch a 4-hour Snyder cut, smoke a joint, and eat a fucking Reuben sandwich, dude. It was the best day ever.
Sounds like a good day.
Ooh, baby, it's time to get geeked up.